Well, hello everyone. First up, Fall Tour and the Alberta Youth Conference wrapped up last weekend with over 100 youth involved. Second, the ARPA store is open for 2 weeks. Third, get ready for God and Government Youth in February 25. Fourth, it's a nail-biter in the BC election. And fifth, John brings us an update on a policy report that legal and policy team has been working on the last couple of months. It's Wednesday, October 23rd, and this is Quick Updates.
Hey everyone, it's Mike here. We're in Barrhead, Alberta. This is the last event of the Alberta Youth Conference where all the youth who have created posters are now standing on the street corners, spreading that message to people in Barrhead, doing the activism that they trained for throughout these last couple of days. I'm here with Emma. Emma came all the way from Calgary, Alberta, up to northern Alberta here for the conference. Emma, what's something that is a highlight for you?
A highlight for me is definitely the fact that so many youth came here today to this conference to see change promoted through this activism that we've been doing.
Yeah, it's been so encouraging. Emma was one of well over 100 youth who came here to see young Canadian Christians desire to see change in this country in regards to some of the injustices that are going on. It is very encouraging. So thank you for coming, and thanks everyone for taking part in this conference.
The ARPA merch store opened this week, featuring simple, trendy designs that showcase each of our 3 campaigns, as well as the classic God Keep Our Land design. You can choose from comfy t-shirts and cozy sweaters for both adults and youth in 3 neutral colors. Some of the designs are embroidered and some are printed, so be sure to check the item description. If you're looking for a Christmas gift for a loved one or for yourself, visit store.arpacanada.ca.
In February 2020, I was a student in grade 11, excited for the opportunity to visit Ottawa and learn more about our Canadian government and what our role as Christians might look like inside of it. I got on a plane for the very first time and flew to Canada's capital to meet with 30 other students and the ARPA Canada staff for the God and Government Youth Conference. We slept in the old Ottawa jail, turned into a hostel. We skated on the Rideau Canal, and we crossed the bridge into Gatineau just to say we'd been to Quebec. We attended question period in the House of Commons and met with a Supreme Court Justice and learned more about his job. We attended presentations and workshops, and we learned how to speak effectively on certain issues and then talked to MPs on those issues. I came away from GGY with a lot of new knowledge, but also with some life experiences I likely wouldn't have had otherwise, and a passion for bringing my Christian worldview into the political sphere. 5 years later, it's coming back. Mark your calendars for February 25 to 28, 2025, and get ready for an educating, equipping, encouraging, and fun few days you won't forget.
Hey everyone, after an incredibly rainy weekend here in BC where residents had to fight through puddles to get to the polling stations, the sun is shining again, but we still do not know who is going to form government. The results were the NDP secured 46 seats, the BC Conservatives 45, and 2 seats went to the Greens. Now, my colleague Levi and I were hoping to do a podcast on Monday to just go over all the results, do some analysis of the election results. But on Monday, God blessed Levi and his family with a new baby girl. So we're going to postpone that 1 week. But it's worked out great because by that time, we should know the final results. A number of really neat storylines developing out of this election, and we hope to cover more of them during our podcast, is that Kevin Acton, who was the former BC United candidate in Vernon-Lumby, decided to run as an independent, secured more than 4,000 votes in that riding with only 400 votes, separating the BC Conservative and the BC NDP candidate. There's more stories like that developing across the province, and we're going to talk about that and more next week on a podcast. Stay tuned for more.
ARPA recently released an updated policy report on prostitution. Canada's current federal government says it supports decriminalizing prostitution, at least in principle, but thankfully it has not done so. And Canada still has laws against paying for prostitution, profiting from prostitution, or recruiting someone into prostitution. ARPA's updated report discusses recent studies on the harms of prostitution, and it covers some recent court cases that have upheld Canada's prostitution laws in the face of constitutional challenges. Although Canada has a good legal framework in place, much depends on the government's commitment to enforcing it. ARPA urges the government to ramp up enforcement, raise public awareness of the harms of prostitution, and to partner with organizations that help people get out of prostitution. And finally, to create a national strategy to combat human trafficking. You can find our new updated report on our website. Please check it out. Thank you.
Well, that's it for Quick Updates. Thanks to you for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.